What's up, everybody? Welcome to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over this world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today is my favorite day of the week. Today is my favorite day of the week. It's Women Rock Wednesday. Women Rock Wednesday. So let's make sure. Let's get to your share zones. That's what I'm about to do now. Where I'm at, I'm gonna go over here first. Get to my share zone. I call it my share zone. I just get to sharing. Okay, watch that shit. Y'all probably hear the buttons pushing. Let me go to my groups and just share. Y'all see, y'all gonna hear some of that. Let me go to my groups and share with them. Let me go over to YouTube. Let me go to Ed Harris. Ed Harris, it's gonna be awesome. You need to text, tag, tell somebody right now. I'm on the Chop Shop. Text, tag, and tell somebody. I'm on the Chop Shop today. It's gonna be interesting. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth today. Today is one of these days I don't really know where I'm gonna start. And I get days like that. Some days I just don't know. I let the spirit move me. For real. I don't. If you know anything about me, I don't have nothing set in stone, Brandon Weefall, that every day that I'm saying, well, I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna start here. And some people just say, well, Robert, how does it come together like that? I don't know. It just happened. I look over here. Let me see. Did anything happen in the news? The Grizzlies land some guy. Man, there's nothing. McGregor say he gonna fight. Let's see. Huh. Ain't nothing really. Huh. These news cycles ain't just, we got what we got? We got some tennis. We got some tennis. Coco Golf still in. Osaka got beat. But what's going on? Oh, yeah, I used that already. I shared that. I'm just trying to share everything. I think I got one more thing to do to share. Oh, I know what I got to do. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Let me share this in this realm, and then we will be all right. But ladies and gentlemen, I know we talked about some heavy stuff yesterday. And I could tell it was when my people start calling me. Hatter, man, what somebody just said they in need of a yard man to cut the patio. The patio? It's Women Rock Wednesday. Where my women at? I see you guys out there. I see you guys. I just shared it to everybody I know. But it's interesting. I know there's some topics that we need to talk about. You know, it's Women Rock Wednesday. What? Think about being the mother of Nolan Wells, the young man who went on the 4th of July. He woke up that morning, go to the 4th of July picnic, the High Point, get on the boat ride. His kid planned on coming back home. We gotta talk about that. We're gonna talk about that today. Like I said, it kind of touched me personally, because my son is across the Atlantic with a group of people that's mostly of a lighter hue. So this is real to me. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. That's why I tell y'all to share the show. Everybody should be sharing. Everybody should be thumbs upping. And I got a question. Have any of y'all ever been influenced by music to go do something crazy? Go slap somebody, go shoot somebody, go sell dope. Have anybody? Coach, it's some things going on in the news about these young girls listening to these videos of this, or the songs of Young Miami. Then we had somebody over here talking about it's a good beat. Yeah, it's a good beat. I told you, music soothes the savage beast. If anybody, share the show. Come back, if y'all listen, if y'all don't have the answers, y'all might have a friend. Text tag tell somebody right now. Text tag tell some. I don't know where this show gonna go today. I don't know. We're gonna get it in. It's Women Rock Wednesday. We're gonna get it in. I don't know. But have any of y'all ever been influenced by music to go do something crazy? I know I never have. Maybe because I listened to Turn Off the Lights, Light a Candle. I like Peebo Bryson and Luther Vandross. And they didn't make me go and just go. Their songs didn't make me go do nothing to nobody. Is anybody there? Darren Anderson, I know you don't ever say nothing, but say something today. Say something today. There's something wrong with the feed? Let me see. Something may be wrong. I don't see nobody saying that. Something wrong with the feed? Did it pop out on y'all or something? Let me see. Hey, look. Mine's still looking good. Oh, Thaddeus Moody said, it just ain't popping it up. Okay. Eric Harris, Eric Harris, listen. Have any of y'all ever been influenced by music to go do something crazy? Because I'm trying to figure something out. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Rob just trying to figure something out. Have anybody ever Eric has shared the show already, I see. But if anybody, I'm just asking for a friend. No, I'm asking for me. Somebody, I just saw somebody post something about the, man, hey, I'm going to Essence Festival next year. I was going all these years in a row. I don't know what the hell made me stop. I forgot what made me stop. Let people influence me. I ain't letting nobody influence me no dang more. No more, Robert Howard. No more. Yeah, I can see y'all good, but I just ain't getting your comments. So I ain't gonna worry. I ain't getting them right away. But has anybody Anybody ever been influenced by music to go do something crazy? I'm just asking. Hmm. Maybe I can go on here. Let me see if anybody, what y'all saying. Okay, y'all said Ed Harris said he listening. Yeah, it just ain't tabulating on my thing, right? It's acting crazy. But I ain't gonna worry about it. I asked the question. I'm just waiting on one. Could I get me one? Could one person answer it? Could one person? Uh, One person. I just need one. Is there one? Is there one? See, I got to know if y'all talking to me before I can do all this talking. Something is going on because my thing keep going in and out. If y'all won't talk back to me, so I don't know what's going on. So what I might do, let me see. It's coming through. So it ain't okay. I just want to know somebody was there. That's all. He said, I've never been moved. No, I didn't say violence. We could talk about violence, but I just want to know if anyone to go do something crazy. Never been moved to violence or do something illegal. Okay. Music doesn't move me that way. Okay. That one guy. I got it. Like that's me, that is Moody. It don't move me that way because I was just thinking about it. How this little phenomena just make me, it always just make me because our young people are. Wait a minute, I think it's like, wait a minute. Yeah. Wait a minute, Miami. Little girl named Young Miami. I don't know nothing about it. I thought the little girl used to be. It was talking about how hip hop influenced on our culture, debating if songs like Spin That, that's the name of it, cause real harm in the community, and whether certain messages do more harm than good. This is on the heels of NDRE speaking on the Young Miami soundtrack called Spin That. Let me go find out. May help you out. Some people said record is degeneracy. Let's see. I'm Young Miami's mother. Wow. Nah. Who said that? Oh, okay. Hey man, it's crazy. India Arie, she condemned a Young Miami song, but some say the black community always had music like this. Are we overreacting? Are we? Are we overreacting? I got to hear this song. And ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, and I'm gonna reiterate again today, young people, like somebody sent me that video and I played it on. Y'all know I got flagged for playing that damn song video. That little bit that happened in the middle, in the beginning, they flagged me. I had to erase it out because Uncle Luke has some bad stuff. I don't know. In Young Miami, she received a. Hold on, let me see. It's just something. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, she received a standing ovation at BET. Boy, she on the boat. Ain't this the little girl used to be messing with P. Diddy? Hold up, y'all. Y'all gotta help me. Hold up. Young Miami, somebody told me, wrote a character letter for Diddy calling him a good man and asked the judge to release him. I know I heard this name before. Y'all, I asked the question in the beginning to everybody. That's why I'm just talking about this. Y'all, we got to talk about this stuff because our young people out here, I mean, if you keep this stuff will influence you. I told y'all long time ago, media shapes our culture. Whatever we listen to, whatever we read, whatever we do, if we keep reading, that's why I'm trying to flood people with the Chop Shop. Because we ain't finna lead y'all for that, no, off of no cliff. That's why I be careful of what I allow to come on the screen. See, I don't know the little girl that good, right? But all that, the question was, well, my question was, if any of y'all were influenced by music to go do something crazy, slap somebody, shoot somebody, go sell dope. I used to listen to Jay-Z. I ain't make me go sell no dope. Hold up, y'all. Hold on one second. You know, I'm just, uh, I'm just trying to see. Hold on. I'm just trying, y'all. I'm just talking. This app is off the chain if you use it the right way. Wow. Wow. Ugh. I'm gonna get off you, young man. Man, they just sold me. Somebody just texted me something about you. I ain't even talking about you no more right now. Little mama, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. Let me get back. Let me get back. Let me get back. Let me get back to this. And you know I got to get back on Jalen Brown today. I'm not gonna let y'all. I'm not gonna let y'all do my boy like that. Uh, I'm not gonna let y'all do me like that. So let me see. Let me see where I can go first. And I see a lot of people. I've been looking in it and reading and listening and people coming on shows and they got people coming on shows that really don't know what the second apron is. They got people being paid to come on shows and they don't even and they talking about the second apron, Joe Lewis, and don't know it. He said, just speaking for me because I became wise and older, my appetite for some music changed. That's what I'm talking. Joe, I mean, nothing against nobody. It just kind of messed me up, Joe. But Joe, I saw something. Cause we're gonna get to know them rails. We gonna somebody who it's just that's why I love basketball. I love this sport. But I was thinking about Austin Rivers. I talked about him on the show before. Doc Rivers' son. Uh, he came on this show, and then they had a little fat Chinese dude on the show, uh, giving his opinion about his career. Uh, Ed Harris. But Austin Rivers said something. And now, and y'all got to listen to him, because now y'all understand kind of how I feel. Because I know some of y'all, some guys wonder why you never talk about when somebody come on here, somebody, you never just hit, you'll give me some facts about his game and dissect his game, but Robert, you don't never just come in and hammer into people's game about basketball, especially if they're professional basketball. And y'all know why. Can I just get y'all, can I talk to y'all? It's because I know what it takes to get there. I know how hard, I know what these guys put in a lifetime of work while you sleep. I need somebody to talk to me today. They put in a lifetime of work while you sleep. They live and breathe in the gym. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna confess. When I was younger, I didn't. I just played basketball for fun. I didn't live and breathe and drink basketball. Hell no. I wanted to play tennis. I wanted to go in the library. I wanted to go do a whole lot of stuff. That's why I watch what I say about people's games and their basketball game. Now, if I come see you and y'all brag about, Ed Harris come brag about this kid, and I come see the kid, I ain't gonna tear the kid up, I'm gonna tear Ed Harris up. I'm gonna just say, man, if you telling me this, like somebody done told me this one kid can do this, he can do this, he can do this and do that. I just want to see it myself. Y'all ain't seeing what I'm seeing. I ain't seeing what y'all seeing. Listen, I never try to force what I see on y'all. I just give y'all what I see. Y'all can have at it how you want to have at it. But I was talking, dude, Austin Rivers was one of the greatest high school basketball players I've ever seen. Ranked #1. He used to tell everybody a new one. Went to Duke. Played at Duke. Went to the NCAA at Duke. Got drafted in the lottery. And you want to talk about his daddy got him in the league like that Bronny stuff? But Austin Rivers told the dude, we got people with laptops sitting their ass up that laptop trying to poke holes in somebody's career. Yo, I never. That's why people used to wonder, why you always defend James Harden? Man, I'm looking at his body of work. Yes, he fell short and didn't win Houston the championship. Yes, I can't throw the man in the garbage because of that. I cannot like him because, see, I guess it's all over the world, but it's really in Houston. If they don't, if they don't like somebody, they don't want you to like nobody. Dude, I'm a grown ass man. Last I checked. I ain't never gonna tell Eric, man, don't mess with that dude. Now, Eric, I met Thaddeus Moody first before you. So me and your relationship gonna always be linked to Thaddeus Moody. You can't never come and tell me nothing I said nothing about that as Moody because that's how I met you. Because if you do that to him, I know you're going to do it to me. You follow me? You got people out here that you meet through other people, and they think you better friends with them than the people. And you talking homeboy, you can't talk negative about these two guys. That's how I met you. But I'm sitting here. We got a lot of people on laptops and on their phones trying to poke holes in other people's career. Not knowing the time and the energy and the pressure and how much time they had to live in the gym. I told you the case. I'm sitting in the game, watching my son's game, minding my own business. Just a dad coming to see his baby, sits way up away from everybody. And you got 4 grown-ass men sitting there talking about my son right there. They didn't know it was me, who dad it is. Just talk. They got Jimmy's magazine and opened up the magazine. They tell me it got him ranked so-and-so, so-and-so. Man, he don't look like much as me. He got on goggles. He got on this. They sit back and poke. They never seen him play. But talking about him before he even started the game. Because of what? What somebody else did told. Because of what somebody else told. You follow me? Let me send some over to I'm sitting here, y'all got to understand. Let me tell y'all something. That is a hell of a feeling. A hell of a feeling. You sitting up there, minding your business. Sitting way up away from everybody. And people talking about your pride and joy, your namesake, who happened to be a pretty good little kid. 10th grade, little bitty thing. 11th grade, got a little bit bigger. That 11th grade summer, he wasn't having it. But they don't know this same little kid. So after the game, and I tell the story sometimes, some of y'all new to the story. I tell the story after the game. I went over to the dudes. I said, and the dudes y'all was talking about, man, y'all was on him pretty hard there before the game. I think he had about 35, 9, and 5, whatever. He said, man, ain't no more. Hey, man, you know, I see why he was ranked. I said, but y'all had to watch what y'all say, man. I said, because that's my son. Y'all been talking about him. Y'all talked about him before the game started. But now soon the game starts, y'all shut the hell up. I never forget it. Because I said, not knowing that this little boy used to get up while y'all sleep before Sue's scar. He in the gym an hour and a half before he go to school. Get his little shower, get back to class. Hold up. Taking all AP classes. You don't know the time and energy and the pressure and how much time they had to live in the gym. And then after practice, he'd go to another gym. The hell is it? But ladies and gentlemen, and I know some of y'all just criticize everything. I know some of y'all just, I know that's a spirit out there. And I'm trying to break that spirit. Some of these kids get it out the mud. Just because you're not from the hood don't mean you didn't get it out the mud. This is what Austin Rivers was 10. Listen to me, y'all. I seen Austin Rivers tear every player in the, all them players who went out in high school. Could nobody mess with him, Ray Moore. Just cause you ain't from the hood, don't mean you didn't get out the mud. This is what Austin Rivers trying to say. He told him, this ain't no family business that got passed down to you. You have to be one of the best players in the world to get in that NBA player. You talking about lucky, he said. He said, I was really unlucky. He said, can you imagine the money I could have made in NIL if it had been when I was there? He said, I could have made 20 million at Duke. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell y'all, and I know y'all got your mixed emotions about Bronny. You don't get to the NBA by mistake. Even Bronny had to put his own work in somewhere along the line. Ladies and gentlemen, I never forget when I came back and told y'all I went to this game. I went to see Ashton Hardaway play, Sierra Canyon. I went to the game. First game, Bronny didn't play. So I stayed another day, went to the next game. They played against Notre Dame with Mercy Miller and who else was on that team? Mercy Miller, Caleb Foster, Dusty Stromer, all of these guys on that team. And I'll never forget, I didn't realize how athletic that Bronny was. He had professional basketball athleticism, and this coming from a guy who had to study this for 20, 30 years. He said, so true, parents was doing that to my brother and my mother sitting in the stands, not even knowing. Yes. That my main man. Kevin, where you been, boy? Where you been? But Kevin, you know, I was just talking about Kevin. Kevin, I was all over the world, Kevin. Kevin, one question I wanted to ask you, Kevin. Everybody who just got on, y'all can put your questions in. Boone, you can put your stuff up in there if you just got on. But I asked the question, have any of y'all been influenced by music that made you go do something crazy? Because I keep telling y'all, I've been to Africa, and I never forget, in these villages, they play this music. And certain things they played it on these drums, and they was telling me about how this music soothes the savage beast. Music got a calming or exciting or inciting effect on you. And if it can do it to a beast, can you imagine what he can do it to an intellectual mind or mind of a person? Music puts you in certain moods. Shout out to the kids at the Urban Air. But I was thinking about, because we talking about Austin Rivers came on this show, and this little Chinese dude up there trying to poke hole in this game. Tell me you benefited from your father. I'm gonna give you some more stuff. But he was just saying you just don't get gifted everything for free. That was Austin Rivers was saying. It was on a show. He checks Theo Pinson. I don't like Theo Pinson show. Every time I see him, he's saying something ignorant. He co-host, the little co-host repeatedly was discrediting Austin Rivers' NBA career and saying he never got waived and made $50 million because his dad was Doc Rivers. Trey, I heard y'all gotta listen to this. I heard somebody say this about my son. The only reason he good because his dad represent professional athletes. What the hell has that got to do with it? The only reason he good. So I'm feeling Austin right here. It didn't happen to me. And Austin got on his ass. He said, that little butterball over there talking crazy over there. He called him out his name. He's over there talking with zero skin in the game. Yo, the reason I support and the reason I try to make things factual about NBA players, I know how hard it is to be one. I've been around some of the ones that we thought could miss, and I thought they could miss, but they missed. And this guy got zero skin in the game, just over there yelling. Dude, you never played professional basketball. I can't tell you how it is to play professional basketball. I can tell you how it is to negotiate a professional basketball contract. But yo, I used to have people come on this show and tell me about that, and these motherfuckers ain't did ever read the newspaper. And Austin just said, dude, I average better numbers than Christian Brown, and he just got 120 million. Christian Brown, half y'all don't know who he is. Trey said, everyone wants to talk. Everybody wants people to be a superstar. Thank you. You ain't got to be no superstar. I told y'all, ain't but 20 to 25 stars. The rest of them role players. Then the co-host. You average 9 points, he told him, and 2 rebounds. So how do you deserve the money you got? The money they got. Players make their money in the playoffs. Austin on showing up when CP3 wasn't in the playoffs. This is how he said. This is how a guy named like Bismack Biyombo made $70 million. He had 20 rebounds in the playoffs versus the Raptors. So guess what? You make your money in the playoffs. I'm guarding the best player on every team. I don't have a reference of series you played in because you haven't done nothing. This is what Austin was telling. Then Austin, they go in, they get heated. He said these little freaking people in these laptops always poking holes in everybody's career. These guys put in a lifetime. When y'all get to talking about these guys ain't this and these guys ain't this, these guys put in a lifetime of work. Like y'all was, a lot of people on here, and y'all can come to the front of the room. Y'all was talking about Darren Peterson. How do you miss him? How do you miss him? He ain't that. How do he ain't this? He ain't that. I said, dude, you can't play when you're hurt. What I said, I just rather he not play because I got tired of them people talking about it. This little boy wasn't going to be this good all this time. And then all of a sudden get to Kansas and not be good? What's wrong with us? Then I'm just sitting here. I saw something yesterday, and I thought it was intriguing. I said, let me share this with the Chop Shop. Because they keep talking about my boy Jaylen Brown. I'm going to talk about him some more in a minute, and you know I am. He said, Daryl, It was telling me, they said there are a million reasons you can trade Jaylen Brown. I agree. It happens a lot when the analytics tell a different story than a lot of our eye tests tell you. Somebody has to come out here and seem really smart about explaining why it is that a team would trade Jaylen Brown. Then you come out there with, and people come out there and when Bobby Marks, come out there and did some reporting. And then that somebody told him that they saw Jaylen Brown as the seventh best player on an NBA team, not on an NBA team, when they do the analytics. And it was an interesting factoid. Everybody know what a factoid is, though. I know y'all smart people out there. Factoids, let me give you Webster's. Factoid is something that ain't true, but you say it long enough, and people will think it is true. Factoid, yeah. Let me get Webster. A factoid typically means, watch this, a brief, trivial piece of news and information. Factoid, not fact, factoid. However, its exact meaning depends on the context, as a word has two distinctively different definitions and unique origins. Boy, that man, they done went to it's a false fact. That's really what it is, a false fact. Then somebody said, what is the difference? I'm saying you, what is the difference between a fact, a fact and a factoid? A fact is an objective, verifiable truth that can be proven with evidence. That's a fact. Oh, boy, I love it. This is what I love, y'all. God, shit, I'm learning something. A factoid is traditionally an invented Trumpers or unverified statement that is repeated so often in the media it becomes accepted as the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Thank you, Robert Hatter. Y'all don't have to thank me. I thank myself for that one. So back to my story. Somebody told him that they saw Jaylen Brown as the seventh best player on a team. This is an interesting factoid and nothing for us to be upset about. Thank you for whoever gave me the thumbs up. Share the show, because it's about to get good. I'm going somewhere, Trey. It is interesting. It's an interesting factoid and not anything to be upset about. I want you to be upset. It's interesting. And I bet there are numbers that you can point to where somebody would say that about Jaylen Brown. I even said it. I said I wouldn't have gave him that much money. I doubt he's a good player, but not max player. You follow me? But that doesn't mean he is the seventh best player. They just got him as, that don't mean he's the seventh best player on the team. It just means with his analytics lineup, right? But now, everybody, it's a battle, Trey. It's a battle now. It's the athletes versus the mathletes. I gotta give me some more water now. I just got this term the other day. Somebody sent me. Athletes versus the mathletes. The mathletes get really defensive. The athletes also get defensive. Hold on. Who is it? All Jaylen Brown is guilty of is being apologetically black. I was very surprised when he was offered that contract as well. No, but you know, it hurt. He ain't guilty. I don't think he guilty. He ain't guilty of anything. All they did is trade him. They didn't take his money away from him. They traded him to Philadelphia. They traded him so he can play with Tyrese Maxey and VJ Exxon and Joel Embiid. I just didn't like what they were saying, Chuck McGowan. Hold on one second. What they were saying in the press, talking about him, he this and he this and he that. I didn't like that. I didn't mind them trading him because maybe I'd have traded him. I just want to be perfectly clear with y'all. I probably would have. But let me get back to these athletes and mathletes. Mathletes, y'all know what a mathlete is. Those are the analytics guys. Mathletes. You got them playing on words. Both of them get defensive. I think a lot of athletes feel a little insecure, and I feel like a lot of mathletes are saying that they are smarter than the athletes. Because the athletes, David West and all of these guys saying, my eye test, and they saying one thing about the game, but the mathletes saying something else about the game. Chuck McGowan, talking about the mathletes versus the athletes. I think a lot of athletes, let me tell you something. I'm going to repeat that again. I think a lot of the athletes feel a little insecure and feel like the mathletes are saying that they are smarter than the athletes, which is happening a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe the mathletes don't know they doing it. I don't know. Because when it happens in the athletes versus mathletes space, it's very often is white people versus black people. Analytic athletes are who? Black. The analytics people are who? White. And that's just the way white folks talk to us, y'all. When they think they know it all. They don't even, I don't even know if they notice they're being patronizing. They just talking. They talk to their fellow whites the same way. When it comes to things like this, they talk to each other like that. And the other side, the mathletes have insecurities because what? They're dorks. They're geeks. So they're going to have their insecurities. So it's a lot of that going on in this last few weeks, especially this Jaylen Brown thing has been very, 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 very polarized. But you know what? I want to talk about Jaylen Brown because I saw this and I want to share this with y'all because I don't know if anybody gonna share it with you. Let me see. Did I? No, I didn't. Let me see. Please. Okay, watch this. Check this out. This was going on in Boston this week. Watch this.
What's different about his events than other events that I've seen or heard of is that he will literally give every kid the time of day. And there was one really heartwarming moment today that I thought was really, really special. And that's that a 6-year-old named Gio, who went viral on Instagram last week, shortly after the trade. His mom posted his reaction. He was crying about the trade and crying about how his favorite player was traded. And Jaylen commented on the post, it's okay, like, it's okay, we're still gonna be friends. You're still gonna be my friend. And afterwards, Jalen's team reached out to Gio's family and arranged that he could come on the first day of bridge and meet Jalen. And Gio ended up spending the day with Jalen, spending the day at the camp. He wasn't a camper because he's too young to be a camper, right? He's only 6 years old. But he gave Jalen a handwritten note, and the two were hanging out literally all day. And that is the kind of thing I've seen endless times throughout my time covering him. I've been to community events where like there is a 4 hour line to meet Jalen, and it's like raining and it's cold and it's in the middle of a season. And he will wait until the very last kid has gotten a chance to take a photo with him and shake his hand. And there have been times where, like, when a kid gets to the front of the line, they are too shy or too emotional to actually talk to Jalen or take a photo with him. And Jalen's waited like 5 minutes, letting a kid like calm down, and taking the chance to take a photo with him. And so I think that's the thing that I really wanted to kind of shine a light on as we close this chapter, right? As this era comes to a close. And I'm really excited to cover Paul George. I've heard great things about him as a person. And I think the fans are going to be surprised by some of what he has to say and some of his play as well. But I really wanted to just shine light on that because there's a level of patience that I saw firsthand with these kids, with members of the community and adults too. Like sometimes it's an adult that's coming in and it's like someone is dying to see Jalen and to speak to him and to kind of give him a sense of confidence or whatever else it might be. He's always given people that time.
So that's the guy. Don't go by what these other people say about him. That's who Jaylen Brown is. And I was finishing up yesterday about him because he believes it's important that as a player of the Celtics, he's a carrier of the message that learning matters. Even in a city like Boston, some of our most prominent figures in sports are more influential than any of the political leaders there. Jaylen Brown said. He said, exposing students to building life skills. Y'all, we talking about bridge. I'm coming back on what she talking about bridge. He have this thing at MIT every year, a week-long thing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yesterday I told you about it. I might reiterate the things that they do during the week. Okay? Fall 88. We don't know who you are. They also talk with bringing Euro athletes into the game, Bill Stats. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. That's a whole nother subject, man. Come back on another day because I'll spend some time on that subject if you want me to. But we're talking about Jaylen Brown right now. And all these things that he's doing, we can't worry about what the league is bringing in. We just need to take care of our business. If we take care of our business, like Jaylen Brown took care of his business, they traded him. They still got to pay him, and guess what? He still might get his extension from the Philadelphia. So they can't do nothing if you're good enough. So you don't got to worry about they bringing no Euros people over here and play. You just tie them Euros ass up when you see them. Okay, and quit crying and get in the gym. Like Austin Rivers said, quit crying and talking about the Euros taking out. Euros ain't doing nothing. They in that damn gym while we on video games and listening to Young Miami and Lil Baby and the Baby and all of them people. These people here, them people over there in the gym. So don't. I'm analytics. Because guess what? It's more black players in the league than anything. So the analytics really, if you're good enough, you're all right. Okay? We ain't using that excuse. Fall 88. We ain't using that. But let me keep going. But Jaylen was just talking about building life skills and at the same time building leadership skills to these young people. He bringing 100+ young people from the Roxbury district and the other district up there in Boston. I'm gonna think of it in a minute. And he bringing these young black kids and introducing them to people they probably would never meet. And not forcing them into one thing. Said, meet all of these people and you see what you want to do in life. He does it every year. And he bring these kids to MIT. Most of y'all ain't never been to MIT and don't even know who MIT is, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, one of the highest academic schools in the world, where the bright minds in technology come to he bringing those kids there. And a combination of these life building skills and leadership skills can make you can make some real human beings. And these kids were not chosen because of their academic prowess. These kids were chosen on what they were doing in the community. They didn't go get the brightest black kids. They wouldn't get the kids who were touching the community, because they want to, when they get this message, they want these kids to go back and do what they've always been doing. Now you got a better message, you got better skills, you got better everything. Now you can come and give those skills to the community. Jaylen Brown is a master. Let me repeat that so y'all can really, really know what I just said. Let me repeat this whole thing again. He believes it's important that as a Celtic player, he carries a message that learning matters. Even in a city like Boston, Barry McDonough, some of our most prominent figures in sports are more influential than any of the political leaders here. Because he had the mayor, he had the governor even came to this. So our young black kids met the governor. Ain't but 50 of them in the world. Because of Jaylen Brown. He said, any of the political, he said, so exposing these students to building life skills and at the same time building leadership skills, the combination of these two can make some really good human beings. And like I said, these kids weren't picked because they was top academic. I'm the top black athlete. No, they were picked because of what these young kids were doing in the community. They're in their fifth year now, the Bridge program. In 2021, Jesse Lee Givens, the first enrolled in the Bridge program, which was primarily virtual at the time, because why? Due to COVID-19 pandemic. Jaylen Brown did this thing through the pandemic. He didn't let the pandemic stop him from reaching these kids. So when you hear these clowns talking them on television, or you see them or you see them at your beauty shop, or you see them at your nail shop, y'all, Jesse Lee Givens, the 14-year-old instantly fell in love with the Bridges interdisciplinary approach, which allowed him to combine his passion for music and STEM, in case you didn't know, science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM, something he didn't know was possible. The season culminated in him creating music using DNA samples. Today, Givens conduct research at MIT, the same school that Jaylen. He couldn't come to it then. The same key, these kids this week is in MIT right now as we speak. He also recently secured a full ride to Boston University and is one of more than a dozen support staff helping run the Bridge this summer. He coming back and giving back. Jaylen, he picked out the kids who are already coming back and doing stuff in the community. Did y'all know this about this kid? Y'all, this the kind of message we need to be giving our kids. Coming back to the bridge as a program ladder, he said, well, the no-brainer to him. He said, I was really inspired. I wanted to pass it down, what I learned here. The Juice Foundation, the comedy show they have on a Monday night. But back then, last year, with Joe Mazzulla and several other the members of the Celtics. This was last year. Coaching staff attended. They said Brown gushed about the 18-year-old success. He said Jesse was one of the first people in the bridge program. Brown said with a massive grin plastered all across his face, he said, we designed a curriculum to take kids from the inner city and expose them to resources. He took that exposure and he's running a race that can't nobody beat him right now. Where's our Jaylen Brown? Houston, Rockets, Houston, Texans. Brown's passion for learning and community stems from his grandmother. Throughout the week, y'all, Chuck, this boy's bad, man. And they talking about him. He is. That's why he ain't got no endorsement. You know your favorite talk about black athletes person. I don't even call his name too much no more. But throughout the Week of Bridge program, Brown regularly worked out at the Arback Center and subsequently proceeded to spend his entire day at MIT with his students. He didn't just have somebody go over there. He says a hectic schedule and one that always includes managing his sneaker and his apparel company and his business incubator for entrepreneurs from underrepresented communities. I heard somebody this morning on Sirius FM. I heard them this morning. Some white guys just couldn't explain what Jaylen Brown was doing. They couldn't explain it. Well, he got this program. He got this program to serve underserved youth. He got that. They couldn't even explain it. They just said he just so cold in this community. Yo, the Boston Exchange. That's his thing. Google it. And serving as a longtime vice president of the NBA's Players Union. After this, Jaylen gonna head to Vegas to fulfill those obligations because the Players Association always meet in the summer league. Everybody in the NBA. I don't know if I told y'all, the NBA, the whole office of the NBA, the whole office moved from New York to Vegas in the summer. So everything NBA is in Vegas this summer. Starting Monday. But I was just thinking about this dude, man. I can keep going on and on. I got notes after notes after notes. And over time, I'm gonna finish telling you about this kid, man. But before I go, before I get into anything else, I gotta give you this.
Yeah, so, 713 call Joe. If you been injured, Joe Steven Law Firm. 713 call Joe. Call Rick, truck, Rick, let Joe confirm. 713 call Joe. Need a pro on the K, let Joe take over.
What's up, Houston? This is attorney Joe Stevens. I'm a former Houston Rocket with over 20 years of experience in the insurance industry and a decade of experience in the courtroom. I know how insurance companies operate, and I know how to fight back.
713 call Joe. 713 call Joe.
No, that's Joe Stevens, 713. Call Joe. He answered the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, he's overseas. I mean, he's on a vacation with his family right now. But he'll be back soon. And I just another young man from this community. One highly heralded, played basketball, got a chance with the Rockets, turned that Rocket thing, went to be a justice of the peace. Now he's an attorney. And he went to the insurance business for 30 years, so he understands the insurance business. So if you have a wreck, you have a problem, anything with insurance, anything you need, call Joe. Tell him the Chop Shop sent you. Trey Phillips said, he is not trying to create the next level basketball. Absolutely. That's the difference in Jaylen Brown. He is not trying to create the next level basketball player, but the next inventor or engineer. Eloquently put, Trey. So eloquent. Let me put that big, Trey. Let me get over here to my big screen over here. Trey, I got to put that up on the screen. Trey, I like that one. I like that one, Trey. Trey, that's why I love when y'all talk. Hey, I love when y'all talk. He's not trying to create the next basketball player. I ain't heard about his Jaylen Brown basketball camp. Trey. I like that, Trey. I ain't heard about the basketball camp. But I heard about the bridge camp. Wow. Thank you, Trey Young. Trey Phillips. Thank you so much. Trey, that's powerful. You know, I was thinking about something. This life, whether you're 50, 60, 30, 40, however, how old you are right now, whatever age you are at right now, you are growing into the person you're supposed to be. I'm watching it in my life. Because it's not about that number. It's not about your birthday number. The year that you were born or the year you are in right now. It's not about that. Ladies and gentlemen, the goal is not to get older. The goal is to get wiser, stronger, better, smarter, and more valuable to society. Jaylen Brown, share this show. We should be talking about this. Your goal should be to grow. That's why every day I give you something other than a score of a basketball game, or a soccer match, or a tennis match. This is intentional. I ain't doing this because I don't like sports. I know how we got to figure out how to grow. Sports is a distraction. My boy Verlander is going to retire after this year. It just popped up on the screen. Your goal should be to grow. Chat. People in this chat. Literally like the plants that surround your house. So that you can make more seeds. Jaylen Brown, boy, is killing me. I'm loving him. So that you make more of you. What if I had 10 Chuck McGowans and 10 Trey Phillips? The thing these guys doing in this city. What if I had 20 Eric Harrisons? That is Moody. Kevin Keebedy. What if I had? He over there doing a camp now. What if he had 10? His job is to make more seeds. What if we had more Ray Moores? More Eric Boones? More Edward Harris? More Joe Lewis? And some of you people that's on here listening, I know y'all on here listening, but y'all know how to mask it where can't nobody know you're listening. Y'all too. We need some more of y'all too. So that you make more of you. If you make more seeds of you, we'll make more of us. At least more iterations of us. That should be our goal. I was thinking about Maya Angelou. He's talking about most people don't grow up. Most people just age. And man says, Splice. Chuck. Dude, when it spliced out that time, I cussed his ass out. But I ain't seen him splash none of this and send it to nobody. That's the kind of stuff y'all need to do. Hey, y'all. Hey. Let me say that again, because I think we missed it because Chuck got me excited. Most people don't grow up. Most people just age. Yo, I know I've grown since the first time I came on this show until now. I've grown. This ain't the same Robert Hatter. Some people can't handle it. I'm growing up. I'm not just trying to age, I'm growing up. And I never forget an interviewer asked Maya Angelou, aren't the extraordinary events in your life very hard for the rest of us to identify with? That's what he asked. Aren't the extraordinary events in your life very hard for the rest of us to identify with? He said, oh my God. She said, oh my God. I've lived a very simple life. You can say, oh yes, at 13, this happened to me. And at 14, this happened. But those are facts. But the facts can obscure the truth. What it really felt like. This is Maya Angelou talking. Every human being has paid the earth to grow up. If every human being has paid the earth to grow up. Most people don't grow up. It's too damn difficult. What happens is most people get older, she said. That's the truth of it. They honor their credit cards. Oh my God. They find parking spaces. They marry. They have the nerve to have children. This Maya Angelou, so don't be getting mad at me. But they don't grow up. Not really, she said. They get older. We need to go here. But to grow up costs the earth. The earth. It means you take responsibility for the time you take up. For the space you occupy. Now I see why some people stop watching this show. Stop watching it live because they go back and watch it later. I just got this. I just got this last night. For the space you occupy, you got to take responsibility. The brick you bring, I use that metaphor. When you come to this show, you're bringing something. You ain't just sitting over here saying, I'm finna tell you what he gonna say today. You got to bring something. You got to comment. You got to share. You got to text, tag, tell somebody. You got to do it with vim, vigor, and vitality. It's a lot of stuff you got to do. This is an action show, not a watch show. Chuck said, I can wholeheartedly agree with you. Some people, these Maya Angelou words. These ain't mine. I'm gonna use them. The facts can obscure the truth. Look at Chuck. I'm trying, Chuck. That man said, pass the collection plate. Ladies and gentlemen, it's serious business. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna tell jokes. I'm gonna talk crazy. I'm gonna be funny. I'm my personality. I went in a bit. Yo. It must be some boring ass Negroes around here in this world. It must be some unpersonality having Negro. I went over a friend of my house right there. She was having something. A person came to bring some flowers or something that she was gonna plant in the yard, something. So I spoke to her. I was asking about the stuff she was doing. The lady looked at me strange as hell. She said, you sure have a whole lot of personality. It's like she was like, who is this Negro? I'm used to, hi, how y'all doing? We're having fun today, aren't we? That's the spirit that I got from her. She ain't used to nobody like me. My friend called me later and said it. I felt it. She called me. She said, who was that guy? Who is he? And I just be me. I'm in the hospital getting a damn colonoscopy. I told you I still feel violated. But I'm talking to them. You know how they talk to you while they done put this shit, and then the next thing you know, you're laying in a room somewhere, goddamn it, laying sideways. But I never forget the ladies, because when I was in there, they said nobody ever came in here with this attitude before. Chuck McGowan. I'm just being me. I'm laying there talking to the nurses, talking to the doctors. Hey, doc, hey man, I don't know what you do. This is my first time, man. I don't. Chuck. I was saying to myself, what kind of people do we have out here? Donald Thomas? But I never forget. Everybody's just mean as hell. So when you be nice to somebody, it be like, whoa, why are you too nice? I don't want your old ass. That's what I was probably. I'm just nice. It's Women Rock wins. I ain't seen no woman up here. And y'all, we ain't missed them. Y'all, I have not seen one woman on the screen. Fellas, that's what you're supposed to do. Take over. If they ain't that, we just take it over. But I was thinking about Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou was our woman that rocked this week. Because she said serious business. And you find out what it cost us to love and to lose, to dare and to fail. She said, and maybe even more to succeed. She said, in truth, not superficial cost. Anybody can have that. She said, I mean, in truth, that's what I write. What it really is like. I'm just telling a very simple story. That's why I like this lady, man. Y'all, I looked over it yesterday, but I just read it for the first time with y'all today. Most people don't grow up. Most people age. Have anybody else had read that? I'm gonna say it again. Most people don't grow up. Most people just age. Oh, that's powerful. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna hit back on that another day. That's powerful. Shout out to Marquessa Chop. Hold on, this for my girl Marquessa. Oh, Lord. Okay. I ain't see y'all up there. Hold on, let me. This for my girls. It's for my girls. It's for my girls. I didn't know they was there. But players, but fellas, if the women are not there, it's our job to be in their place anyway. When they get back, we got it. We're gonna hold a place for them. Yeah, that was powerful. Then I was sitting there watching some stuff the other night, Lori, and just listening to Richard Jefferson. I don't like Richard Jefferson much. For some reason, I don't dislike him, but he ain't my favorite guy. You follow? Richard Jefferson said something that I totally agree with, because I've even given y'all some hints of this. He said, Magic Johnson is the greatest Laker of all time and one of the 3 most important players in NBA history. Ladies and gentlemen, if Magic Johnson and Larry Bird don't come out of college in 1979, y'all probably wouldn't be watching LeBron right now. Y'all wouldn't be watching Wemby right now. The NBA was about to fold and could have folded. I keep giving y'all. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird saved the league. White against black, good against evil. West Coast, East Coast. Lakers versus Celtics. The league was revived. The finals were no longer on tape delay, but on regular TV. Y'all, the finals was on tape delay before these guys come out. But he said, Magic is the greatest Laker of all time. He prolonged. See, but this is what I like about him. He gave, you know how y'all, LeBron is the GOAT. LeBron is the GOAT. Hey, okay, tell me why. He prolonged Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's career, which allowed Kareem Jabbar to reach the heights that he did. Yeah. He changed the game. What he was able to do, he made the NBA relevant. And I know I don't talk about him a lot on this show. I know him, and I should, because he is that. But y'all always talking about the argument, Bron. Y'all talking about Michael. Richard also said, he said, I felt like we have a duty as people that love the sport and love talking about it. The league was, he's saying it now, the league was tape delayed. The NBA finals were tape delayed until Magic Johnson. His name, Magic Johnson. He built this empire with Larry Bird and then after Jordan. Remember what am I saying? Magic and Larry Bird saved the league. Michael made it global around the world. And LeBron made it mobile, where guys just can move around and go to teams and go wherever I'm going to hook up with them, I'm going to hook up with him, I'm going to hook up with him. He made it mobile, which is a good thing to me. You don't have to stay with the same people you've been with all the time. And then Richard's talking about as far as importance to the league, he's got to be a top 3 player, especially during the years the league was actually expanding. You had to have something to market in order to expand. And he did it beautifully with this smile. He walked in, he put on his suit. He didn't mind meeting with the corporate people. These crazy ass kids, lazy ass kids around here now don't want to walk in with an ugly ass warm up and some fat ass, ragged ass sweats on and the Edwards. Ain't trying to further the league, just enjoying the fruits of Magic's and them labor. Yes, I said it. You go back to what he did as a rookie in the NFL, NBA Finals, going for 40 points playing center because Kareem got hurt as a rookie. That's what this guy was doing. And obviously his career was cut short, but there was no doubt. Michael Jordan used to look at Magic and be like, that's the freaking dude. Not Isaiah, not Larry. Michael Jordan used to look at Magic Jordan like, that's where I need to get to. Michael, every interview, where was he at? What did he have on? A suit. That's why when Penny Hardaway, when you ever saw him on an interview, we're going to put on this suit. We're going to take it right back off. We're going to put on this suit because this the image is going around the world. That's what I need to get to. Just like how now everybody look up to Jordan is how Jordan used to look up at Magic. Not as the same player, but as in, this dude got 5 championships. Michael, you got 6. Magic got 5. So I think Magic Johnson, Richard Jefferson, this first time me and him ever agreed on something. So he said, I think Magic is the greatest Laker of all time. He only played for the Lakers. Shaq played for other places. Kobe would be the other person. Kareem had another stop also. So he just went into that little thing. And I just thought about it because, hey, I watched this stuff, y'all. I was old enough to see this. How this whole thing transformed. And I know Brian Bobby, he got 1,000 miles. You got all these points. Yeah, I love Brian. That was interesting too. Where was that? I love this. I saw this the other day. Let me see, can I find it? God, I played it the other day. If you really think about it, it's true. Magic and Kobe, the true Lakers. I mean, I don't mind if you don't. But I saw this the other day, y'all. Black men leading the next generation of black men. And some I'd love to see. This guy sounded, I'll let y'all hear it. Watch this.
Check this out. If you don't have a plan for yourself, I'm going to say it straight up. This white man got a plan for you.
That's right.
They shut down schools and they building jails.
Yes, sir.
Who you think they want to put in the jail? They want to put you in the jail. They want to put you in the jail. That's why they put the guns in the street. That's why they put the drugs in the street.
Come on, brother, first.
Right in those jails. Y'all know him? I work with him every day inside the school system, right? When he first came, he was absolutely off the chain. Off the chain. My line up, off the chain. He was, but get ho. This one too. But guess what? I don't care how much they do in these school systems. All you gotta do is give love, training, direction, and we're gonna see something totally opposite out of these two. We never count our people out. Think of God that counted us out. Think of God didn't give us a second chance. So we gotta allow them to grow into their own potential and allow God to give them a second chance. All right? Check this out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna play it again because y'all didn't get it. But black men leading next generation of black men, I love to see it. He sounded a lot like my great man Malcolm X. Men and women, and also for young children, really need to hear this, and that's why I'm gonna play it again. This was powerful because we throw away our little badass kids like that. We throw them away. Making me think of something right now. Our young people today are the future messengers of our society. So it's our responsibility. We got our young kids playing Vegas. We got kids playing all around the country right now. But they are our future messengers. Summer basketball going on. Pro-Am going on this weekend. No excuse Pro-Am this weekend. If you're a high school coach, get your kids in that tournament that they're going to have at No Excuses Pro-Am. If you want some information from me, ain't nobody email me yet. Chop Shop Htx at gmail.com. Get your high school in it on the 23rd of July and end August 8th and 9th with the championship and semi-championship, semifinals in the championship. But our young people today are future messages of our society. So what you put in them. So it's our responsibility to ensure that they have the appropriate message. Because if they do not, then their message and the actions that somebody else gave them will adversely affect our present, future, and even the lives of our loved ones when we have gone on to meet our demise. So it's imperative that we stop turning a blind eye to our youth, both at risk and not at risk. Our responsibilities may begin in our home with our own, but that's not where it stops. It's good to have our best runners on base, but we better be damn sure our worst batter ain't the one stepping up the plate to bring them in. Damn, Robert, where you get that from? Shit, I had to think about that one again. It's good to have our best runners on the base. We're putting our kids in position. But we better make sure that our worst batter ain't stepping up to the plate. We got to bring them in. Golly. I keep telling y'all. Just thinking about my young fella, Nolan Wells. I haven't been able to get him off my mind. And I told y'all to be prepared. I asked y'all, I'm sorry, to be prepared. His name is Nolan Xavier Wells. He was an 18-year-old Southwest Mississippi junior college. I know exactly where the college is. Student and athlete. Described by those who know him as an extremely kind young man who was always willing to uplift others. Nolan was reported missing by his mother on July 4th after he failed to return home from a boat trip with friends, air quotes, to Horn Island, Mississippi. And I know Kevin Freitman know, because he know where Pascagoula is, right off the coast of Pascagoula from the hometown. I've been down there before, the hometown of our first ever client ever, long time ago, named Terrell Buckley. That's the first client we ever acquired. No, not the really first client, our first top client, top 4 pick in the NFL draft, Terrell Buckley, Google him. The Horn Island in Mississippi. 2 days later, his lifeless body was discovered in the water just offshore at the northwestern tip of the island. Kevin Freitman, according to reports, Whale was with a young lady who on the island prior to his disappearance. She has been in contact with Nolan's family, according to reports, to share what she knows, but has no insight about what occurred after going their separate ways. Frey, despite claims from his companions that Nolan stayed behind to catch a different ride back, their stories contradict of glaring detail because his cell phone was on the boat that departed with them. What young man gonna leave his cell phone I don't know. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but the community outrage online discussed indicated that the young men on the boat trip hired legal counsel and ceased communicating after the boy's body was recovered. Skepticism has fueled by allegations that at least one of the teens on the trip is the child of a local judge. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump is representing the Noah family right now, and some of the white people down there calling him a race baiter. Why y'all? No, you have to you got to get an independent autopsy on these kind of things, y'all. Investigators are still processing evidence to reconstruct the events leading up to Wells' disappearance. However, one stark reality is clear. Every white person returned home safely, while the only black member of the group lost his life. We will not rest until the complete truth is told about what's happening with Nolan on Horn Island. Ladies and gentlemen, let me see that I put this up there, okay? Let's see. Okay? All right. Look at that picture. That's that day. Them the guys he came with. Watch this now. Now I'm going to do something else for you. Not a good edit, but watch this. What if the roles were reversed? If 3 black boys went on a boating trip and came back without their white friend and said they had no idea where he was, but they had a cell phone. There was evidence they were arguing, and they deleted all their social media. These black boys would have been arrested already. Ladies and gentlemen, I found this information out. We talked about this information yesterday on the show. The night before the show. At 10:30 yesterday morning, Kevin Freitman, Chuck McGowan, I text my son. He's over in Europe. He's back in Paris, France now, but he left. He flew into France, hung there a few days with his mom. Then he went to Ibiza. And he was with a group that was mostly white friends. And I've always, my son has always been taught to respect everybody. He went to Kincaid as a little boy, was the only black male in his class. Didn't want to go there no more. He went to West Pryor, then West Side, then to Cornell. So he's comfortable around all people. What got to me yesterday? I text him. What did I tell him, y'all? Because I got to go back. I ain't gonna lie. Well, I be liking to get y'all the right stuff. Where's his name at? I don't know. We just text. Okay. I text him. And 10:30 yesterday, right before I go, because I was preparing for the show. I was thinking about the show. And I was thinking about Nolan Wells. And I said, man, call, text, check in right now. Guess what he said? I'm on the boat. This is before I came on the show yesterday. This is 10:30. The show come on 12. Hey, man, make sure you and Will look out for each other because Will is partner. He's the other black guy. So make sure y'all make it back. Make sure everybody on that boat with you make it back. He said, we good. So this is what I was dealing with yesterday. Hold on. And got pics of it. He taking the pictures, so he ain't none of the pictures. This in Ibiza. It happened yesterday. Think I ain't been thinking about this boy and his parents? That's them. That's his partner, Will. Hold up. That ain't it. Let me see.
Set up Jack.
You're gonna lose your all.
It's like friends style. Set up Jack.
You're gonna lose your all.
That's him. That was him talking. So he was videoing.
Set up Jack.
Y'all gotta understand how close this. Y'all understand how I was thinking yesterday. And thank God I had Eric Harrison call and said, "Man, is your son all right?" Yo, y'all think this a game? This was happening to me. And they in Ibiza, Spain, they 7 hours. Ahead of us. I was thinking about it, y'all. My mind was, y'all don't understand. I did a show with y'all for y'all yesterday, and my body was here with y'all, but my mind was on the other side of the world. Freight got a son, Nick, going to LSU in the fall. See, y'all, I don't be playing. Yo, this stuff be real with me, man. I did a whole show yesterday with y'all, and y'all just really didn't. And go back and watch it. I don't know what the hell I was talking about, because my mind was on that baby, my baby on her side. Now he back in Paris. He was supposed to go to New York for the week. He said, "Dad, I ain't got nothing left in the tank." I can imagine what them youngsters were doing over there. But I think about this young man, Nolan. In addition, not only Fox News, Newsmax, Breitbart, but all the media would have blasted these kids' mugshots if that was the if it was this right here. Where's that? If it was this right here, they would have blasted them kids' mugshots on a continuous reel to demonize them. And nobody would utter the phrase, "Let's wait until the facts come out." This island is only accessible via private vehicles. And I saw some of the videos of the kids just coming there and hang out. They can do whatever the hell they want to. Ain't no police, ain't no, what the hell, who coming over there to mess with them? It's a designated wilderness area. It's just a hangout spot. But I know he had Will with him. Will 6'5", 230. Don't play. Robert 6'2", 195. Don't play. But hey, I always need somebody watching out for you, man. He said, my son played travel baseball and was usually the only black on the team. Oh my God. Me and his mother would never let him go with them without us. I mean, y'all, I ain't mad at nobody. I just ain't comfortable. And it's just sad that so many people can confidently say that they feel safe being, the only white person around black people. While many black people can't always say that they feel the same safety being the only black around. I know some white people feel safe around me. I never taught my kids. We talked about that the other day. Dad, you told us to love everybody. I'm listening, y'all. I guess so. I'm just listening. Y'all don't understand what I went through yesterday. So that's why I listen to y'all. Do we have to teach our kids early on to practice discernment when dealing with this? I can't wait for my son to get stateside because he's still in Paris, France. There's some rotten ass people over there. And then he got my name. Hey, I can't wait till he gets stateside. This young man is missing after hanging out with his white friends. That's why I used to love women. I used to love when I would hang out and being out, messing around. And I didn't understand it back then, but I understand these girls. They principle. Because I used to try to separate the girl, come go with me. You come hang out with me. Robert, I came with them. I got to leave with them. I used to respect that. I used to be mad as hell. I said, well, go on, get back to the hotel. When I was a youngster, now, go on, get back to the hotel. When y'all get back to the hotel, then I'm coming. Then I'm coming to get you now. Shit. You can go back. You can go back to wherever you at with your girl. But I'm coming. I'm coming. But Eric, speaking of Salt Lake, you said living in Salt Lake was tough for me because I've always had to be on alert in every situation. Yes. As soon as that counseling gig was over, I was out of there. Kevin Freitman said, I was raised in Gulfport, Mississippi. I talk to my kids all the time about how I grew up dealing with the racism. I grew up in Memphis. I didn't deal with it much because I'll whoop your out, I had 5 brothers, okay? I was the youngest brother. So I would, you said something crazy to me, I'm whooping you because I got 5 finna come get you. You might get me in, but I got 5 and they friends that's gonna come get you. So I really had a problem on the senior trip one time. Dudes tried to clown me because, I knew the prettiest girl in the class, and she happened to be white. Her mom was the banker at my mom's bank. So it was cool. They didn't understand. They didn't know all of that. They just said, the prettiest girl is hanging around Robert. All right, okay. Try me. But this society right now, where you got people that will come out and say, I'm against it. We got 77 million people voted for the Project 2025 to be forced upon us. See, Kevin Freeman, I didn't see no Klan march. I didn't see, I read about it, but I ain't never seen none of that. You know, I just did, thank you, Jesus, that I was able to handle my little skirmishes. You call me the N-word, I would beat you up. Yes, I would. And will never call, we gonna fight, player. I don't care how many of y'all it is. See, I never experienced that. But man, my heart go out to this family. I'm glad y'all allowed me to just be transparent with y'all. Cause yesterday I wasn't in a good space yesterday. Because I know how this copycat stuff happens. Somebody will see something on the news, somebody doing let's do it. You know, these copycat people, man. I was just thinking about my son, man. Like every one of y'all would have been. I'm up here preparing to talk about Nolan Wells on the show. And I'd call and I text him and tell him to check in. And he telling me, I said, what are you doing, man? Well, check in. I'm on a boat. No, that's real talk. And I ain't really talked to him about what happened. I did, because I want, to have fun over there. But I'm going to talk to his grandmother today. Oh, Trey, you was in Gav. Coming up in Gav. I didn't see it either, but I was not allowed to go to the Strand due to my grandparents knew that area. So that Strand, that area we walk down now, Trey, it was prohibited. Blacks was prohibited to come in that area. Yeah, we got 2 more minutes because the actual clock that the show came on, I got 1 minute and 58 seconds. I mean, 1 minute and 58, seconds. But, wow. Trey, that's interesting, Doc. Well, Nate, you know what? I enjoy y'all, man. I'm growing. And I want y'all, if y'all don't hear nothing else today, let's not just grow old. Let's grow in this thing, man. Let's however old you are, whatever age you are you growing into the person and to the person you are supposed to be? Because it's not the name or the number you in, not how old you are. It's not your birthday, the year that you were born. Even this year right now. Our goal is not to get older. The goal is for us to get wiser, stronger, better, smarter, and more valuable to this society. Okay? And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let me see what else y'all said. Years later, we see the social media of those same people are holding that bull. Yep. Look at my man Lionel Rogers come in there. For your son, safe back travels. Yes. Thank you. He said, yes, as well as the beach. Blacks could only go between 27. Wow. Damn, Trey. Boy, you sure wait late to talk about that. Trey, bring that up tomorrow. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here.